Leadership cannot be puffed up, and it cannot be petty. And we have to decide what kind of leadership we want in this country. It is no secret that the Prime Minister and I do not always agree on matters of policy. I don't think it ever happens in any cabinet. Neither does she always agree with Trevor. Neither does she always agree with Kirk. But I want you to listen to me good. You listening? There has never been a moment in the 10 years since I started my political service with this Barbados Labour Party that I was not moved in my spirit to the conviction that Mia Amor Motley is the only choice for leadership in Barbados at this critical time in the world's politics. There has never been a moment that I have doubted that. 2018 was an economic crisis. And we've talked a lot about the debt and the foreign reserves and the things we had to do. 2022 was in the heart of a pandemic, a 1-in-100-year event. And there was a leadership that was needed for that. We told you that it was safer with Mia and it was safer with the BLP in the context of a pandemic. 2026 is not normal. It is not normal. And I want you to look around in this very hemisphere. Don't look too far. To see what pettiness in leadership does. You don't have to look too far. To see when people who come to leadership who are about retribution and getting back at people for perceived wrongs, what that does to countries, what that does to people's sense of security. It destroys nations. It takes lives. And we are seeing it now. But far from pettiness, I would say that Mia Motley as a leader reaches across the aisle at times and in ways that sometimes even we don't understand. I will always say that in my time on this earth, in this country, I have never seen a government be as consultative and inclusive as this Barbados Labour Party has been to get all ideas around the table to contend. The notion that we all love Mia and Mia is going to win and Mia going to get back in and I ain't going to vote for this BLP candidate or that BLP candidate. I want you all, this is the second time I'm asking you to hear me good. Want to listen? We may think that we can, with our one vote, orchestrate a complex national outcome in these elections. I'll tell you what I mean. We may have these ideas of giving them a seat here or giving them a seat here because of this notion that the country needs an opposition. Careful. Careful, because there are times that people have voted for an opposition and they got a government. The only thing that is required in this election is to ensure that you vote for strong leadership in your constituency and for strong leadership in this country. That is what is required. The idea that, man, she can get back in, so I ain't gonna worry, I can stop home. No. This is not the time to be complacent. This is not the time to say, whatever happened, I still gotta live. Yes, we all still gotta live. But it matters who is in charge. And never before have I been more concerned about what is over there on the other side, and I'll tell you why. This is a person that has no idea what it takes to govern a country. No idea that sometimes you have to reach out your hand and take the hand of the other person, not to sit back and say, I am not coming to have a conversation with you on education reform because I'm eating my food. The irony. A man who could not talk policy because he was eating his food and then had to talk for 3 and 4 hours in Parliament to starve out people. Leadership is not petty. The kinds of conversations that we have to have, the kinds of foreign policy discussions, the issues of security in this little Caribbean. This is not for the inexperienced. And it is not for the weak. And it's not for people who are led by ego and who just want to get back at people because they may not have been chosen for Attorney General or whatever it was they had their eye on.